Shalom, peace, face the east towards Jerusalem, or should I say Yerushalayim, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Ruach Kadash. That's Hebrew for all praise Yahweh, in the name Yahushai, in the name Holy Spirit. Giving double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, as well as honor to the men under the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, peace to the children Israelites. And the Passover is coming up soon. Remember, only keep the Passover if you're worthy. Passover, 1st of April Eve to 8th of April Eve. Basically, let's get this right today. Basically, the Passover is Wednesday, 1st of April at sunset time, and 8th of April, Wednesday, 8th of April at sunset time. So, Wednesday, 1st of April, 2026 at sunset time, and Wednesday, 8th of April, 2026 at sunset time. I understand why this brother said 2 thingy. Because between those 2 evenings, that is the evening of 1st of April 2026 and 8th of April 2026, is you've got the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Remember, with the Passover, it's 2 particular evenings. The 14th day evening and the 21st day evening of the first month. Between those 2 evenings, you have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. The 14th day evening is the end of the 14th day, based on the Bible. Days go from evening to evening. You get the precept Genesis 1:5. For those who don't know, a precept is a law, statute, commandment that backs up another law, statute, commandment. Genesis 1:5 backs me up on the fact that based on the Bible, days go from evening to evening. And we go off the lunar cycle for our day, months, and days. We observe the moon and its cycles to get our days and months, to calculate our high holy days. And the Passover is on the first month, 14th day evening, and the 21st day evening. Between those 2 evenings, 14th day evening and 21st day evening, you have what? You have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And I'll just go to Leviticus 23 for that. So that's why he says 2, because the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread, they pretty much take place at the same time. We're in Leviticus 23, and Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Speak unto Bani Yisrael, and say unto them, concerning the feast of Yahweh, when it comes to the feast of Yahweh, the God of Israel, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. And then he first talks about the Sabbath, and then he talks about the Passover. I'll jump to the part. Leviticus 23, 4-5. These are the feasts of Yahweh, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. In the 14th day of the first month, at even, is the Passover of Yahweh. Verse 6. And on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread unto Yahweh. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. Verse 7. In the first day you shall have an holy convocation, you shall do no servile work therein. Verse 8. But you shall offer an offering made by fire unto Yahweh 7 days. In the 7th day, that is the 21st day at evening, is an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein. See how it says the 14th day of the first month at evening is the Lord's Passover, and then it says on the 15th day of the same month is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. 7 days you must eat unleavened bread. Then it says the 7th day of the Passover the 21st day evening, which is a Passover, because they've got like two particular times: the 14th day evening and the 21st day evening. Between those two evenings, you have the feast of unleavened bread, where you eat unleavened bread between those 2 days. First, you have your Passover, meal and drink, which is and only eat it worthily. Make sure you're on point in what you teach and your very actions. So for the Passover, you have your wine, you have your lamb. You might get lamb chops from the store, and you have your bitter herbs. Brothers usually recommend horseradish, and then you would eat your unleavened bread for 7 days, and then at the 21st day evening, you would eat your Passover. So, Passover food, unleavened bread, Passover food. 14th day evening, 21st day evening. Between those two evenings, unleavened bread. Passover, Wednesday, 1st of April, 2026, at sunset time, and Wednesday, 8th of April, 2026, at sunset time. Between those two evenings, you have the unleavened bread that you eat. End of the 14th day. Right after the end of one day is the start of a new day, correct? Well, at the end of the 14th day, right after would be the 15th day. So of course, what do? You eat your Passover, you drink the Passover meal. You have your Passover meal. First, you have it worthily, as it tells us in Corinthians. And I'll just bring that up. I've talked about this in the past. You never keep the Passover unworthily. I don't always get that wrong. The Lord's Supper. 1 Corinthians 11:23. For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Yahushua, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. Verse 24. And when he had given thanks, he brake it, and said, Take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. Verse 25. After the same manner also he took the cup which he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament, new witness, in my blood. This do ye, as oft as ye drink it, in remembrance of me. Verse 26. For as frequently as ye eat this bread, and drink this cup, ye do shew the Lord's death till he comes. Verse 27. Wherefore, for that reason, whosoever shall eat this bread, and drink of this cup of the Lord, basically he's talking about, whoever has the Passover meal unworthily, shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord. Verse 28. But let a man examine himself, check himself. So let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. Verse 29. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily, eateth and drinketh damnation, destruction, to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. Verse Corinthians 11:30. For this cause, and that's why, many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. There were many of the church Corinthians who kept the Passover when they were not right with the Lord, and because of that, many of them died or got sickly. Verse 31. For if we judge ourselves, we should not be judged. Verse 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. Verse 33. Wherefore, my brethren, for that reason, my brothers, when you come together to eat, tarry one for another. Tarry is to do with waiting when you look it up. ESV. So then, my brothers, when you come together to eat, wait for one another. you see in multiple translations, and even if you go to the, it's like a waiting until something happens. Tarry here in Jerusalem till this takes place.
Strong's G 1551. Ekdechamai.
So, use outline basically usage receive as in to get, accept, and this is the one we're looking for. To look for, expect, wait for, wait. It's to do with waiting. See, to await, expect, looked, brackets, tarry, close brackets, for, wait for. So you wait for another, namely until each have received his food. 1 Corinthians 11:33. I was reading 1 Corinthians. Wherefore, my brethren, when you come together to eat, tarry one for another. Just want to show that. Verse 34. And if any man hunger, let him eat at home, that ye come not together unto condemnation. And the rest will I set in order when I come. Oh, and the Passover is a very serious gathering. Remember, the Messiah got betrayed the night of the Passover. The Passover isn't a meal that you slowly eat. You eat standing up. Okay, I went off topic in this video. Sorry about that, guys. But the next topic, I'll cover the fact that the month, just more on the month starting on the new moon. Sorry, I went off topic. Exodus 12. So this is where the Passover is first described. Look at this, Exodus 12:18. In the 14th month, on the first day of the month at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. What did I say? 14th day at evening? That's the Passover, right? But right after is the 15th, the start of the new day, which is what? The start of the 15th day, and that's when you eat unleavened bread. Between the two Passover days, 14th day at evening and 21st day at evening, what do you have, guys? You eat unleavened bread. So Passover stuff, unleavened bread, Passover stuff. And here it is, it's backing me up in Exodus 12. Okay, Exodus 12 talks about ordinance of the Passover. Exodus 12:42. This is not what I wanted. This part. I'm looking for the part where the children of Israel stood up to keep it. I feel like I'm definitely missing it somewhere. Okay, let me. Okay, I'll just leave the Bible verse in the description box because I don't know where it is. I can't see it. Where it talks about them, they were to not, basically they were to eat it unleavened, and they ate it standing up. But anyway, I'll find it. Shalom. Hopefully this video was edifying. Until next time, shalom.